cleared our idle surge with our back pressure valve. Normally it would be hunting for position right now. It is not. So if you're getting that hunting on the back pressure valve when it engages up and down, then this fix is for you. We got a cable and we reamed our tube out and got that tube clean and opened up. Exhaust back pressure sensor, right? The tube has to be cleaned out occasionally. Well, here we are. I've already got the sensor out. It's a new sensor. I'm getting some surging when the back pressure valve activates. Now, I know you can delete it. I don't want to delete it because I want the option of that thing helping keep this engine warm in the winter if I have to idle it with kids in the car. So we all know cold idle is the worst thing on these engines. So I've got the sensor out. Now I've already tried the fix where you put the weed eater twine down it. Didn't work. This one, I don't think has been apart. Like, it's got some pretty hard carbon where it goes through into the exhaust manifold. And the other thing is, so on my truck, now it's a little hard to get up in here and look. Now you can see my tube where it enters the manifold, right up behind here. It is very rusty and I already tried to put a wrench on it. Now, I don't want a chance breaking something because more than likely, if that ever needs to be taken off, exhaust manifolds or whatever, it's gonna need new fitting and new tube. We're not doing that right now. We just wanna get this tube cleaned out. I have a really nice weed eater twine that I tried and it did not get through that fitting, the bend and the fitting into the manifold, right? But I have an idea, let me show you. So I was looking around in my shed for ideas and I thought, if I had a small cable, that would work perfect, right? A small cable. Well, guess what? I've been scrapping this truck out and I replaced this at some point recently, but that's the cheap one. But this is the parking brake cable, intermediate cable. And we're gonna cut the end off and we're gonna make a bit of an angled end on one side and the other side we're gonna put in the drill. And we're gonna see if we can get through that thing. So let's just cut, I want to cut it long enough, I'm going to try to get it to size. So I'm going to go angled like that. And let's see if we can cut it. These are an old pair of dikes. I don't know if it's going, ooh, I think we just got it. Oh yeah, there we go. It's got a nice little angled cut on it. So right here, this little bend is what's going to get us. It's a very sharp bend in this tube. Comes down 45s, then it does this little 90, and when they bend it, it's a little flattened. So we got to get it through that. We're up here on the truck. We've got our cable. Now this is probably too long, but I think it's stiff enough it isn't going to matter too much. I'll see how far it goes in and we'll probably trim it. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot. Now I want this to be lubricated when I'm doing this, so we're going to shoot some PB Blaster down it to start out with. And make sure that's lubed up. And let's feed this in. We'll have to see how this does. This cable might be too stiff, but let's try it out. So one direction will, you can see this cable is twisted, right? So if we turn it this way, it would tend to spread it. So we need to make sure we turn it the direction that it is, which would be this way, clockwise for me from this end. If we turn it this way, it will close the cable instead of opening it up. So let's get it in the drill and let's try this, guys. No idea if this is gonna work. If this works, we're gonna find out together. Okay, so now I'm a plumber, so this cable will catch you, so you want to be careful, but we're just going to see if we can feed it in. Let's see how it does. All right, so it's not wanting to go very well so far, so that's not very promising. We may have to get a smaller cable, guys. All right, well, what we'll do is I'm going to spread this and I'm going to pull some of these off is what I'm going to do. So we need to get this cable flexible enough that it will go down this tube. So I'm going to go ahead and cut both ends to start out with. Now, I want to make sure this cable is long enough to reach all the way through, but I know this is way too long. So let's just get it cut off here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about a third of this, and we're just going to untwist it. And we'll figure out how much we need. It will actually make this cable smaller. All right, so let's just work this off and let's get it small enough that it'll go through everything. Okay, I'm gonna say we're gonna go, that's a lot, but man, that's really getting flexible now. But let's take a few more off. Let's see here. I'm gonna take a few of these off the end. Oh, you know what, guys? There's a cable inside this. This is a double cable. Check it out. I'm gonna take this completely off. So we have the outer layer. I'll have taken completely off of this and end up with just the inner layer. This is perfect. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's perfect. All right, let's see what this does. Now, you can see where we cut this, the difference in size now. I mean, that is a lot smaller. The original size didn't want to go through at all. So let's get this in the drill. Like this, and we're gonna just do like this, just like a drain cleaner. And once again, we're looking at this. Now I'm gonna have to go backwards this time because you can see the way this cable is. If I turn it counterclockwise from this end, it will try to unravel it or spread it. So we're gonna go backwards so it pulls it tight or twists it harder together. All right, let's shoot some more PB down here. All right, good. We got a bunch in there. I want it lubed up. I don't want this thing binding up or anything. Now, let's see how this does. Oh, that goes right in. Right past that first bend. I think, well, I thought it did. All right, let's run it a little bit and see what happens. Oh, this may be too long. Uh-oh. Guys, I accidentally had it running the wrong way and I unraveled it. Oops. All right, we're just gonna cut it down and hope it's long enough. All right, well, that's unfortunate, but I think it's still long enough. Actually, it's probably the right length. So I gotta make sure I turn it the right way. I instinctively made my drill go forward. I wasn't even thinking about it. Oh, it just went in. Oh, yes. All right, now, of course, the first bend's the easy one. So let's see how it goes here. Oh, it's still going. I got a feeling this is gonna work because this cable is really small. Okay, I think I'm at that bend. Okay, we're gonna kind of run it, let it eat at it. Now we don't want to wear a hole through the tube. Let me get more in there. I'm not using oil. I'm using a very thin, obviously, PV blaster, which is lubricative, but I don't want it to be like oily. Guys, that's going in. Oh, dude, I think it just went through. That totally went through. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run it in like that, and then we're just gonna run it and pull it out slow. Okay. Well, guys, I guess we did what we needed. I mean, I know I got it through because it went through the hard spot and beyond. So I know it's opened up that big. Now, what I do want to do, just what I do on my sewer cables. Now that we're through, I'm gonna bend the end just a little bit, just put a little bend on it so it'll flop a little bit. It'll still go through, but it'll flop. So I've got a little kink in the end. And let's try it again. And because this little bend on the end will flop around and make sure it, you know, because it'll punch a hole bigger than itself now that it has a bend. Okay, make sure it's got it going backwards still. Now you can see a little bend on the end. That's going to help it to bounce around. Now I want to make sure it's not kinked down here, just the very tip. I just want the very tip to have a little bend, a little loop, a little half circle. Okay, let's see if we can get it in. It's going to be a little harder to feed with that bend, so we'll just have to see. My glove's getting wrapped up. Okay, got it. Okay, this is the hard bend right here. Oh, it went in. Dude, it went right through it. Okay, well, we got a bunch of junk on it. All right, well, that helped. Let's bend it a little bit more because we want it to flop around in there as much as possible. Now we got it kind of spread a little. That'll definitely flop around and open that end up, hopefully. I have to get up in here because, man, my back is killing me doing this. Whew. Okay. Let's go with more. Now, I gotta make sure my drill's going, yep, proper direction. Let's get it past this first bend. Oh, I feel it flopping now. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can get through that elbow. That's the elbow. Oh, it went through. Yes. All right, so we're in the manifold right now, for sure. Now let's run it and pull it out slow. Let it do its thing. Go back in. All right. Well, we have definitely opened it up. Let's get some brake cleaner and shoot it in there, and we'll see what we got. There we go. All right, got it down it. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to take this sensor, plug it back in. We're going to run this truck and just make sure it blows out, and anything left in there, just make sure it's blowed out before I put the sensor and all that back together. I just want to let it blow itself out a little bit, just in case there's anything in it. So let's just get this sensor, not sensing the correct pressure, but at least it'll be plugged in. Okay, all right, let's start it. All right, let's get all of our stuff off the truck here. We don't want anything rattling and falling. All right, guys, there is our opening right there where we have the back pressure sensor out. Let's start it and see if we get anything blow out. All right, guys, well, you saw what happened. We had a smoke blow out. It's definitely wide open. Hopefully it's wide open enough for it to register pressures quickly. Now, I like to put a little bit of grease on this before we screw it in, so let's grab that and then we'll crank it in here. So let me get in here. I have a Crescent. This is a newer Crescent 6-inch, And this fits really nicely down in here and fits between the fan blade. I can actually get it in here between the fan blade. Works really, really good for this. So anyway, enough talking. Let's get this tight. Okay. So as you can see, it fits right in here, and I just turn the fan as I turn it. And that works like a charm. Just the right size, and it fits it. So, can't beat that. And we'll just snug it. That's plenty. All right, we're snugged up. Let's get our plug down in here. Push it straight down, clip it in, and we're good. All right, guys. Well, I hope this helps somebody. We just took the, once again, this is just the inner core after removing the outside wrap of the parking brake cable, intermediate cable on a 99 F350. So that worked really good. Like, once again, we did that little bend in it right there. So as it came through, see that little bend? That right there is your ticket. That's gonna blow that opening wider than this cable, because if you run it in perfectly straight, it's gonna make one little tiny hole. But if you bend the end, that right there is gonna knock it out and widen it. It's gonna be twice the size. All right, guys, so this cable ended up being exactly the right length, and it's around almost 27 inches. So if you're trying to make one, about 27 inches is your ticket.